Welcome to Snapping Apps Part 2. Now, I mentioned in Part 1 that to snap apps you have to have at least a 1366 by 768 display. So you want to watch that if you go out to buy a slate out there on the market. And if you load Windows 8 on a desktop machine or a laptop, and laptops are especially problematic here because if you can't go 1366 by at least 768, then you can't snap. And some of the beta versions you can enable snap on lower screens. They disabled that functionality in the final release of Windows 8, but look for apps to come out to do that later. So anyway, I'm sure there's going to be workarounds. There's a 13-year-old somewhere who will figure that out, code it up, and put it out there for you. But as far as native support, you need 1366 by 768 minimum. Now, by running the simulator device, we have that. And so I want to show you this. First of all, I'll open the desktop, right? And then I'll go out here and let's open Calendar. All right. And so I have Calendar open, and it'll take it just a moment here in this simulator functionality to open up. And even if it doesn't, I can still demonstrate the app snapping. And let me go grab one more thing. I will click the hardware button and go back to the desktop, and I'll open Maps, and we'll let Maps open up. And so now notice I have Maps there. Well, if I use the gesture to show me my open apps, okay, so I will click, swipe on and off, and there's everything that I have open. All right, I'm going to grab the desktop app here. I'll press my finger down on it, okay, drag it onto the menu, and notice how the little border popped up around the app that was there. And now when I let this go, it has replaced it. Okay, so I'm going to come back again. I will drag Maps out here, and notice just by dragging it a little bit. Now if I drag it too far out, okay, it'll mess up. But if I drag it right here and let it go, I just snapped it. All right. And so now I can work on the desktop, and I can see this. And when I want to work on this, I just grab the line, drag it over, and I can work in this, and then I can drag this. Now, what a lot of folks will want to do is they will want to, for example, have mail open here or messaging open or whatever, but you can very easily drag these things back and forth and work with them, okay? When I don't want to do this anymore, just drag it over to the left and let it go, and I'm done with it, okay? And so again, drag out and back, let it go. Notice I could drag Calendar out here, let it snap, and then of course this app's not running exactly full functionality because of the simulated environment, and I haven't coded anything up for this. But notice I can have my calendar over here as I work on my desktop, okay? And so I can come out here and open things and work on the desktop and move things around and so forth. And then when I want to jump to this, just simply swipe over, take a look, and again you're using your finger, so this is all very, very easy to use, and then just wipe it all the way to the left and it's gone, and then I can come back out here. So that is what snapping is going to look like. Now there's a fair amount of people saying, well, wait a minute, snap, you know, I've got one choice here, right? I can either see the desktop, right? Let me bring this back up. Okay, let me get these back out, and I'm going to drag Maps out here and snap it. So the complaint is, wait a minute, I can only see 70% or 30. I want more. I want to be able to drag this thing just a little bit, right, and see that much. Well, okay, that's a fair wish, and Microsoft has heard that, and we may see something like that in a future service pack. But keep in mind, not throwing rocks here, but the other tablet devices that are out there on the market right now do not give you this functionality, okay? This is a way to have two apps open on the screen. Now, yes, you can do the four-finger swipes like on an iPad and so forth. Great functionality. This lets you see them. And again, to have your mail open here and see things come in, it's pretty cool. So anyway, to each his own here, okay? Use it, play with it, see what you like, see what functionalities you want to use, you don't want to use, all that sort of thing. But there's some really neat functionality here. Snapping apps is a cool feature on a slate device. It'll actually work on any device that has 1366 by 768 minimal resolution.